You walked into the world with a key in your hand, wrapped yourself in mortal skin but never left command. You could split the seas wide open, turn the blind to sight, but you chose the wounds and the nails and the night. And they say you know my suffering, they say you understand, but you carry pain by choice, I carry mine by demand. 'Cause you could have stopped the bleeding with a whisper from your breath. You could have changed the ending, you could have rewritten death. But I wake up chained to gravity, no heaven in my palm, and I'm drowning in the silence while they tell me to stay calm. So how can you know the weight of a cage you never feared? How can you feel my exile in a world you engineered? You chose your suffering freely, I had mine forced into my veins. I am powerless unwillingly, you are the God who chose the chains. They say you walked the desert, they say you felt alone, but you carried ancient memory inside your flesh and bone. You knew the sky behind the sky, the worlds I cannot reach. You spoke in cosmic language my soul was born to speak. And here I sit in silence, no miracle at my side. Just hunger for the metaphysical that I can never satisfy. You could see through time and truth, you held the world within. But I only have these questions caught beneath my skin. You entered darkness with a torch that never dim, but I wander without fire, praying light will let me in. So how can you know the weight of a cage you never feared? How can you feel my exile in a world you engineered? You chose your suffering freely, I had mine forced into my veins. I am powerless unwillingly, you are the God who chose the chains. Maybe you wept a human tear, but you still had the sky. You still had the memory of wings I've never learned to fly. And maybe you tasted death, but you never tasted this, the powerlessness of longing, that existence never quits. I'm reaching out for heaven with hands that can ascend, a soul built for the infinite in a life that will not bend. So how can you know the weight of a cage you never feared? How can you